Hi guys, and welcome back to the Property Hustle. Before I go any further with this video, make sure you click the subscribe button below and click the bell icon as well so you can get notifications every time I post. Okay, so today's video, I'm gonna keep it 100% real, right? When I started this YouTube channel back in February, I started it as a way to keep track of my progress and to be able to look back in years to come and be like, oh yeah, do you remember when I bought my first property? And I also said to myself that I would always aim to be open and honest and really tell you what being a property investor is like, because I found that a lot of property moguls that you see, they never really talk about the nitty-gritty. They don't really tell you what it's like to own and be a property owner, right? So with that said, today is the day that I keep it 100% real. This week has been stress for me. It has been stress upon stress upon stress. Started off Tuesday evening, I got a message from my tenant to say that the boiler had gone kaput, broken down. And for those who don't know, when you are the freeholder of a building, which I am the freeholder of this property, I am in charge of things such as heating, gas, appliances such as the boiler, the actual brick and mortar structure of the property, if there's anything wrong with that, or the roof, etc. There's a bunch of things that I, as the landlord and the freeholder of the property, am in charge of. So when he messaged me that, I had to do something about it and I had to do something quickly. So I called up my gas guy, his name's Alex. I said, the boiler at number 10 has completely broken down or something. Can you go out and have a look? So for him to go out, that's a charge. I have to pay money for that, which I was happy to pay because I wanted him, to fix it really quickly. He went there, he fixed it, he left. I'm thinking, oof, dodged a bullet. Next day, just as I was about to get home, I get another message from the tenant to say the boiler's again stopped working, and this time the lights have completely gone off. So I call Alex again, and Alex, being the sweet person that he is, he's so lovely. In order to avoid incurring me another call out charge, he said, let me give the tenant a call and see if I can talk him through how to get it back up and running. So he then calls the tenant. I guess they were talking for maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, because then he called me back and he explained what had happened. He said he'd got the lights back working, but the boiler wasn't igniting. So then I said to him, okay, well look, I'm coming up to Nottingham this Saturday. Maybe I can meet you at the property and you can talk me through the options. Basically, this boiler, the reason why it's causing a little bit of an issue is because it's not the sort of the modern combi boilers that you see in modern houses. It's something called a back boiler, and a back boiler sits behind the gas fire in the living room. It's a much older model and it wouldn't be cost effective to try and keep fixing it. It's better to just overhaul the whole system and put in a completely new modern combi boiler. Now, having said that, it's quite expensive to do so. I'm talking in the thousands, right? So in my heart, when I'm telling Alex to meet me at the property to give me a quote, I'm thinking, please be a figure which I can afford. Anyway, so that happened. And then yesterday, when I was literally on the train to go to Nottingham, I realised that I'd gotten quite a few missed calls from my tenant. And just as I'm opening my phone, I'm thinking, in my heart, I'm thinking, oh, like, there's going to be another issue. I opened the messages and he said basically that the boiler had started working again and it's been working for the past 2 days and it's completely fine. So I was quite relieved. But I decided to go through with the quoting anyway, because just in case it happens again, I need to know what the options are. So we got to the property, Alex turns up, he has a look at the property, he tells me he's going to quote me via email, which is fine. Just as he's leaving, the next door neighbour knocks on the door and is speaking in a language that I didn't understand. And my tenant then says, apparently there's something wrong with the drains in the back of the property. I'm thinking, oh God, okay. So we walk round to the back of the property. Sure enough, the drain cover in the backyard was overflowing and it was spilling into the next door neighbour's property. Now, obviously that is an issue for me to sort out because it was stemming from my property. And fortunately, Alex was just about to get into his van and he happens to be a plumber. So I ran, I was like waving him down like, Alex. And so he came back to have a quick look at it and he looked at it and he said, oh yeah, it looks like it's a simple drain blockage kind of thing. Shouldn't be too much. I said, okay, in my heart I'm thinking, okay, well, how much is that gonna cost? But obviously I've got to keep it cool, I've got to keep it together, you know, I'm in front of my tenant, etc, etc. And yeah, so then Alex gets in his van, he goes off. I go back into the property to finish up with the tenant. He then says, oh, before you go, I've got another issue to let you know about. And I was like, oh God, here we go. So he takes me to one of the rooms in the house and sure enough, there's something that looks like damp. And I'm thinking, I paid a damp specialist to treat this property and he identified damp and only treated damp on one side of the property. Somehow he completely missed the other side. Anyway, it might not have been there at the time. It might have only just developed. I don't know. But it looks like damp. I can't be too sure, but it looks like it. It might be easily to treat, you know, there's different stages of damp. But again, my heart sunk. I'm thinking, oh gosh, here we go, another issue. That's gonna cost money. And anyway, so I just said to him, you know, look, I'm gonna give someone a call on Monday, see if they can come out and have a look, and we'll try and get that sorted for you. I think the main priority was the drain and the boiler, and then we'll deal with the damp as well. But I say priority, they are all priorities because, you know, it's issues affecting the tenant. But at the time, it was late Saturday afternoon, and I just didn't know who I would call actually, so I needed to speak to a few people beforehand. Anywho's, I came back last night. I was a bit stressed, I'm not gonna lie, I've been a bit stressed all week. But I've woken up this morning and I was just like, do you know what? As stressful as this job is, because it is a job, yeah, people that make property investing look cool and all flashy and stuff, it's not flashy, okay? Fair enough. I chose to manage the property myself, so you know, if I hadn't chosen to manage the property myself, there might have been some issues which I wouldn't necessarily have had to deal with. But essentially, when there is something wrong with the property, even if you pay a managing agent to manage your property for you, eventually they're going to have to come back to you to fit the bill for any work that they do on the property. So in my eyes, it didn't make any sense for me to pay a managing agent 12% of the rental value to look after the property when I could do it myself, especially as it's only one. And I kind of wanted to learn the ropes as well. So I guess it was my choice to one, go into property and to two, manage it myself. But with all that said, I'm still loving it. It's tough, but I like a challenge. I like being hit with problems and having to solve them. If you're not that type of person, then I'd say property investing is not for you. But if you can manage issues or manage problems or pay someone else to manage them for you, then, you know, it's something to try out. But yeah, I literally just wanted to be open and honest with you guys in this video. If you've had any issues with your own properties, either as a tenant or a landlord, comment down below. Let us know if there's anything that we can help you with. I'm sure there are more experienced investors watching these videos who can comment, maybe point you guys in the right direction, and I'm happy to help as far as I possibly can. So yeah, I shall keep you updated on the progress of everything, but I just thought I would do a video today. It's a bit therapeutic actually. I feel like I've gotten like a big weight off my chest. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next week. Unfortunately, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for new content every Sunday. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.